Hey, what's up, YouTube? Travis here, um, coming to you Wednesday morning, the Wednesday after the Chicago Pipe and Tobacconista show, and so I had a chance to get out there, had a wonderful time. I know a lot of other guys and gals have posted videos about that show, and it was a wonderful time. It was a lot of fun. It's the first pipe show I've ever been to, and the first time I'd been to any kind of meetup with fellow YouTubers, which I chatted about this with a couple of guys there. Just how unique I guess our little community is here, and how I mean, even though I never met any of these people in person, it's just so simple and easy to just catch up, have conversation, just talk, enjoy tobacco, enjoy pipes, enjoy life. It's kind of I don't really understand this phenomenon, but that's okay. I don't have to. Talking to my wife about it, and um, she doesn't think it's weird. Not in a bad way, but she's kind of in agreement with me. It's just kind of hard to figure that out. And I'm not a person who makes friends real easily, especially if I meet them in person for the first time. I'm usually pretty introverted and calculating and in my mind mostly, and it takes like 3 or 4 times of meeting them before I kind of open up and warm up. So my wife's the exact opposite. She can make friends like that. So I guess we're a good balance for each other. But anyway, I'll talk about a few people, but I'm sure I missed people. But I did want to tell you how great it was to meet Mark and Amber and Dion and Andrew and Tom, the Diabetic Man, and John, Northern Bohemian, and the Major Pipe, and Smoking Grandpa Bones was there, and it was just a great chance to meet them, and Scott and Seth from Aristocob and the ShrinkingBastard.com, and um, yeah, I know I'm missing people, so as I think of you all, Tade, Smoking Pipeline, and Mike Miller, so from St. Louis. So it was just awesome to meet you guys and just sit and talk and visit. So and Kurt Keener was there, and his friend, who I believe is Mark's Making Changes relative, cousin and or nephew. Not exactly sure, but a relative. So lots of cool stuff there. Just a quick recap. I only went on Saturday. My schedule only allowed me to get away for the day. I'm about a 4-hour drive away from the show in St. Charles, Illinois, near Chicago. And I took off about 3:30 in the morning Saturday and got out there at around 7:30. Got parked and went into the smoking tent and was waiting to meet up with guys for the Markwood Men's Breakfast Club meeting. And a group of us met there. And lo and behold, I found out the night before, in kind of the pre-show, they decided that they were going to meet and go out for breakfast. So we met there and then went over to IHOP and had breakfast. It was a good time. And yeah, it was just, it's weird how smooth and easy it is. Like I said, I was the first time I met any of these people, and I knew a lot of them had already met in person, but didn't feel like I was an outsider or the new one. It just felt like we always hang out, and so it was really cool. And we went back to the show, and like I said, you've heard the description. The show's huge. It's amazing. It was cool to meet people that are kind of well known in the pipe and tobacco community. I'm certainly not well versed in all the artists and pipe makers. Most of their pipes are out of my price range, which I'm not knocking them for that. They're beautiful and they deserve to be that price, but that's just not where I'm at right now. So I enjoyed looking. I've carved maybe 4 or 5 pipes myself, so I like looking for inspiration and things like that too. So it was really cool. And whether you're buying or not, they're still just there to hang out and visit and talk and chat. So it was really cool to talk to all the artists and pipe makers. The people from the bigger groups like the Ewan Reese and Pipes and Tobacco, or Pipes and Cigars and SmokingPipes.com. It was fun to meet them too, but they had a lot more things for sale, and they had tobaccos for sale and all that kind of stuff. I liked getting to meet Tim West because he's the person I purchased my briar from the pipes I've created. So I got to show him a couple of my pipes and get his take on how I did, and he was really encouraging. Told me multiple times if I ever had questions to just call him, and he could walk me through things if I was having trouble with particular types of cuts or particular types of sanding or finishing. He could help me out. So I thought that was really cool, because I know a lot of people are very proprietary in the pipe carving world, and understandably so. But it's nice to know that there are people who just want to help up and coming pipe carvers, and people who are just interested in the hobby. So let's see here. Like I said, just lots of cool stuff, lots of samples. As many other people mentioned, you can pretty much get a sample of just about anything that was there. So I'll walk you through the samples I picked up. I actually didn't end up purchasing any tobacco. I kind of regret it a little bit, but I didn't go there wanting to purchase tobacco, and I usually don't purchase tobacco on a whim. Like, I like to research it a little bit and know what I'm getting into before I purchase even a tin of tobacco. And the only reason for that is because I know if I don't like it, then I don't smoke it, and then it sits on my shelf, and hopefully I'll like it eventually, but anyway. I picked up some samples to dry, so I'll walk you through that. I got the McBaren's Latakia Flake. This looks and smells incredible. I know Dion just did a review of this, and I know other guys have too, but I'm really looking forward to this. It's out of their HH series, so I'll give that a try. Let's see here. There's a guy there, they're the Billow Shop, and I'm blanking on where they're out of. I think relatively nearby, maybe down, I'm not sure. It's an 812 area code, but I've forgotten. But they have a website called billowshop.com. And they had probably 8 or so tobaccos that they blend themselves in-house there. This is their Balkan blend. And then I also got a blend from them called Major Domo, which is another English-style blend. But it's just a little bit smoother. It doesn't have all the Orientals that the Balkan's going to have. But they had a number of very cool looking tobaccos. They had this bourbon tobacco I kind of wish I would have gotten a sample of. I absolutely could have. I just walked away, and there's lots of people at the table. But anyway, they were really cool. I picked up some of Pipes and Cigars from their H&H Hearth and Home Marquee Series White Knight. This is another English blend. It's supposed to be a complement to their Black House. And Russellette was there. It was really cool to get to meet him, the blender for pipesandcigars.com. I haven't smoked any of these yet, but I'm just kind of walking through the samples. This is a flake sample that Mark, Make and Change, gave me of a flake by, I think, Gawith and Hogarth. But it's kind of like Stonehaven, but with a little bit of Lakeland in there. So I'm excited to try this, but I wanted to wait to smoke that when I had actually a chance to sit down and enjoy it. I got some Crown Achievement by Lane Limited. There's an English blend, one of their new ones that's out. I picked up a sample of HGL by Lane Limited. This is kind of an aromatic English crossover. It has a lot of Kia in it, but it's supposed to be something that smells nice to people around you, but you can enjoy if you aren't in an aromatic mood. But I got some Peter Stokkebye's Luxury Bullseye Flake. I've always wanted to try this. I don't know why I haven't actually purchased it. It's since you buy it in bulk, it's cheap enough that it would be worth buying an ounce or two, but I just haven't ever done that. So I picked up a sample of it. And then I also picked up a sample from, I can't even pronounce this, but Valroy Simois. I'm sure that's not right, but this is what the sample looks like. And this is what the tobacco looks like. This is a Burley blend, or Burley type of tobacco, that's grown in Belgium. It's a Belgian-style tobacco. And at the table when we were sitting there, I opened it up and kind of passed it around, and I said it smells like rabbit food. And I stand by that. It still smells like rabbit food, but it just looks like your run-of-the-mill ribbon cut Burley blend. But these guys had this type of tobacco, this tobacco, this Belgian Burley tobacco, wrapped up in what I can only describe as maybe small top shapes, like the toy tops, where they're wider at the top and more narrow at the bottom, plugs that were wrapped in cigar leaf. So it kind of looked like just a little plug of tobacco, loosely packed, with this, but then wrapped in cigar leaf, and the point was to smoke it in a pipe. So if you had, let me grab a pipe here, if you had a pipe like this, the plug you would wet the end of the plug and then smush it down into your pipe so that they said it would form that reverse calabash, or the calabash style effect, where you have a big air pocket, but then it would be tight and snug enough. And then you just cut a little X with a knife on the top, and then you light it and smoke it that way. It seems to me like it seems very cool. It's interesting, maybe just a little bit novelty. I'd be concerned about once it started to burn down that my rim would be charring, because it definitely was wider than what the rim would be. So if anybody's tried that, let us know how it goes. But they're also a little bit expensive. They're selling those plugs for $6 a pop. I heard from, I can't remember who said that. Maybe Tate or John. Anyway, but somebody said they were selling them for $6 a pop. So that's probably not in my future, but I'll be happy to try this out. Maybe I'll do a review of it in the future. Then as you probably heard, Sutliff was basically unloading tobacco on people. They were just, I mean, you might as well have just walked up with a kangaroo pouch and got it filled. But I picked up a couple that sounded interesting to me. A kind of a Balkan blend called Casimir. I'm excited to try this. It smelled really good. They had all of these open so you could smell them. And then a honey and chocolate, which they tout as a replacement blend for McBaron's honey and chocolate, which I always enjoyed that flavor. It kind of kicked me in the butt, nicotine-wise. I've no idea why, but I'm excited to try that one out and see how it goes. And then I also got a tin by, let's see if I have it in here anymore. I might have moved it to, oh, there it is. Drew Estate. So Drew Estate was giving out samples, but they also gave away free tins for you filling out a survey. So I'm sure I'll get bombarded with email. So I gave them my email that is the one I check the least. And I picked up a tin of the 7th Avenue Blonde. Sorry, something must be going outside that's irking one of my dogs. So I got a tin of the 7th Avenue Blonde. It's supposed to be a sweet vanilla type of flavor, so I'm excited to try that and see how it goes. So that was the tobaccos, all samples. Hey, sorry, my camera filled up, so I had to delete a couple of videos. So, like I said, I didn't purchase any tobaccos. They had some cool, like, vintage tobaccos. Some of them very reasonably priced. Some of them well out of my price range. I couldn't drop $50 for a tin. Or they had Buteris Kingfisher for, I saw it, the cheapest I saw it was $80, but then another table had a tin for $125, which it just seems a little bit out of my range. So I went with the free things instead. But I think that's something that's cool at pipe shows, is that you might be able to, if you go to another one, you might be able to find those types of vintage collections where people are just kind of unloading their cellars and get a chance to maybe pick up a few things that are reasonably priced. So I did get 2 pipes. One of them was a clay pipe. I've been wanting a clay pipe just for the sake of adding it to the collection, not because there's anything so great about them that I wanted to enjoy, but I did want to try it out. So I picked up just a simple clay pipe. Hopefully you can see it all in the picture. It's about maybe 7 or 8 inches long, and this pipe was $5.50, so really reasonably priced. If it breaks, it's not a big deal. I mean, cheaper than a cob. I don't expect to smoke this on a very regular basis, but it was perfect and has a small bowl, perfect for sampling tobaccos. So I love that. It's just a nice quick smoke. The bowl definitely gets super hot, which I knew was going to happen. They even told me that, so you kind of hold it down on the shank and it's no problem. So I'm excited about that pipe. This next pipe I'm very excited about. Let me get so it was an estate pipe, and I'll just bring it in to the shot here. This is a pipe. It's a Mastro de Paia, and I don't know a whole lot about it. It has the 0B stamping, which I know is for full rustication, so I did look that up. And it has a One Sun stamp. I'm not sure what that means as far as grade, but the gentleman who I purchased it from, they're a smoke shop out of Phoenix. They had a huge number of estate pipes and new pipes, and this one I felt was very reasonably priced. It retailed, he said, for about $250. He had another one, not the same shape but the same finish, brand new, that they had for $230 there. I don't know what to call this shape. It's kind of a combination of sort of a horn, freehand, and Canadian, or love it, all together. Maybe kind of a Zulu or a Cuddy. I have no idea how to describe it, but it just looked really nice. It's barely been smoked. I don't know if you can see down in there, but it's just in really good shape and draws perfect. It's just very loose and open. So it's probably not a clincher. I'm not going to sit around with it hanging out, but it was really beautiful, really kind of caught my eye. So I picked this up. I was really happy with that. So that's it for my finds. I'm going to light up a bowl in my Malaga pipe. I'm indoors upstairs, so I don't smoke inside the house upstairs. So, but I wanted some good lighting. So I'm going to go out and light a pipe, walk my dogs, and enjoy the rest of the morning before I head into work. So you guys have a great day. Enjoyed the Chicago Pipe Show. Can't say enough good things about the YouTube community and trying to get together with people. So it was great meeting everyone. If I forgot to say your name, I apologize. And if I missed you because I was only there a day, I apologize for that. Oh, and Bagwell Dr. Buster, he's another guy that I was looking forward to meeting and got to meet there, so that was really cool. So I remembered at least one that I almost forgot. Alright guys, so I'll see you next time.